Pump up some bass.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to another Saturday and another ride. And believe it or not, it looks like it's going to be a good day. Last week was pretty how you going, but they're making up for it today. So, wasn't really sure on where to go today. I did want to go camping, but still just a little bit too cold. And the one place I did actually really want to go, Jimna Base Camp, I was too slow and it is fully sold out. But oh well. So we're heading up to Loia National Park, just near Gatton. So this is the prison here. If you've never been here before, that's the prison that way, and this is how you get in. So I'll give you a bit of a look around, show you what the place looks like. I'm just going to stick to main trails, so this will just give you a rough idea of what's available here. Bit sandy. Far out, there's a camper there. I was thinking of camping there last night myself, believe it or not, but I didn't. But that's another story for another day. So I was doing a bit of chain maintenance yesterday, and I actually I tightened it a bit too much. So I thought I'd just roll it backwards a little bit and slam on the back brakes after I loosened the bolts, just to push that back wheel forward a bit, and the whole brakes pivoted on a single bolt. So it turns out I had lost a bolt on the brake discs. Probably not ideal, but don't know how long that's been going on for. Glad I did some chain maintenance yesterday and spotted it. Anyway, I put a new bolt on it. Had to go into Kawasaki, and of course they didn't have a bolt, but I bought a little $30 Kawasaki bolt kit. There was one in there, but expensive way to buy a single bolt. I suppose I could have gone to the nut and bolt shop or Bunnings or something, but at that point, I was trying to get ready to go camping. And yeah, you're only ever one bolt away from a 10-minute job being a 2-hour job. Anyway, camping season is just around the corner. Yeah, it's a fun little forestry, that's for sure. Get the heart pumping first thing in the morning. Back brakes are squealing a little bit since I did a repair, but I've pulled over a couple of times and looked at them and everything seems to be in order. So maybe the pads are just worn wrong now that it's all straightened back up. Hard to say, I'm not a mechanic, but we'll see how it goes anyway. I'll definitely keep my eye on it. Yeah, there's a few little offshoots throughout this place. I haven't actually explored this place all that much, but the few little offshoots I did go down are definitely better off on a trail bike, not an adventure bike. Very tight for the bigger bikes. The ones I went on were anyway. It appears that they've done some maintenance in here. Looks like it's had some sort of clearing done on the sides. A couple of creek crossings coming up, I believe. From memory, they're nothing deep or anything. Yeah, I think they call this track Redbank Gully track, which you would assume that would be Redbank Gully. This was a creek crossing. That's certainly not much. I believe there's one more. And it doesn't appear to have much water in it either. Well, maybe these were the creek crossings. Either way, they're doable. That was a little bit deeper than it looked, but still not that deep. It's a bit of a hill climb. It's again nothing bad. It gets a little bit rocky, but it's nothing bad. See, that's pretty much it. Pretty easy. Well, this looks rocky. I'll just chug up it. Yeah, might have a little break. Yeah. So I think this would make a pretty good camp spot. I mean, it'd be hard to hide the fact that you're camping if someone came past, but I reckon I could pull it off. But anyway, I've made a few additions to the bike, getting ready for camping. So I've got these crash bar bags. I rent Rhino Wolf again, the same as my pannier bags, which aren't on at the moment. About $80 a bag. They strap on pretty good. Just giving them a test today. I've just put took my warm and jumper inserts out of my jacket because it's actually getting pretty warm. So it should be a good day, but yeah, put them in there, see how they hold up. It's basically just for clothes and things for camping. Nothing heavy is going to go in there anyway. And then I've got the tank bag, which is going to use it to charge my battery bank and camera equipment, so I can keep that going on these longer camp days and camp trips I got coming up. But yeah, thought I'd give you a look at that anyway. Alrighty, this hill continues. Again, it's pretty easy, even the trickier sections. You just take your time and you'll make it up, no worries at all. If you're thinking of coming here and you're a bit of a noob like me, they're nothing to be scared of. And then once you're at the top, it's smooth sailing again. Yep, so at the top it's pretty smooth sailing. That's probably the most extreme we'll be doing for today. Everything else is just roads like this. See if I can catch a good view up here. Hard to see through all the lantana. Evil shrub. The devil's bush. I don't like the stuff anyway. So this is a 17-mile road. heading towards Gus Bud Lookout. If you like roads like Cannon Creek and Burnett Creek towards White Swamp and the likes, I think you'll like this road. If you don't know about it, you've probably already been on it. There's just looking at the maps this morning before I headed out, little thing popped out up here. It says the caves, and you can't ride to it, but you can get pretty close. I think we might go on up in there and have a look at what these caves are all about. Well, a little bit of clamouring. I managed to get hold of the track again. Oh yeah, that is a cave, all right. Bit of a sandstone overhang. Goodness, wow, that is cool. I have heard this area is full of caves like this. Yeah, you'd sleep under there. I wouldn't. You might. I'd be too scared. I'd have nightmares that that thing's going to collapse. Oh yeah, another one. Cool, man. Well, I did not know that this was here until this morning. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't get up and sleep under that. Unless I was a bush ranger a couple of 100 years ago. But yeah, it'd be a good hiding spot. Well, I'm not going to go much further. I'm definitely not going down there. Yep. Well, that is as far as I'm going. I prefer to do my hiking on top of the KLR, not by foot. But you know, each to their own. That was definitely worth a little detour to see. cracker of a day. So we head through this little bit of a rainforest, and I'm just going to poke around some other tracks around this area, because you never know what you're going to find. Probably dead ends and private properties. Just poking my head around near, I think they call this palm trees. Up near Crow's Nest. Pretty good road so far. I think this one here is going to put me down at Murphy's Creek. The Aussie bush is looking good today. Well, this here is Murphy's Creek. Oh, we're turning there. Well, let's just see what this is all about. Yep. The place to be, eh? Couple of local kids playing a bit of b-ball. We're going to keep exploring along this road. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, somewhere along here, again, when I was looking at maps this morning, there was a lookout, but I'm not sure if it's accessible by a vehicle. So I thought to myself, there's one way to find out. And I don't need much of an excuse to get out on a bike. Might even find a sneaky little campground. Already got one today so far. Although it's not that sneaky. If someone comes along, you're sprung. But like, what are they going to do? Nothing, that's what. Diddly squat. Oh, there's my house. Spot to park the bike and everything. Oh, this looks pretty steep, eh? Yep, that gets steep, all right. What's down there? Yeah, that's pretty steep. Wonder where that lookout was. Yeah, well, I just walked it for a bit. Toowoomba Motorcycles Club. Yeah, I just walked it for a bit. I didn't want to go down too far because I didn't want to walk back up too far, but I don't know. I'm not going to do it solo. So I think I'll come back here with some people, which is probably very unlikely because no one I know rides anymore. But I don't know, I got the feeling I could get stuck down there quite easily. Yeah, well, this looks like it's some kind of motorbike park. It's not saying private property. Huh. I'll look into it. But I reckon it's probably more for like trail bikes and 250s, maybe the odd 450. I don't think it's for the bigger bikes. I'm sure it could do it. I'm just worried I'll get stuck down the bottom, heading down something I shouldn't have, all for a lookout, which, who knows, could be the best lookout I've ever seen, and I'll never get to see it. But I doubt that. Definitely coming back along here, that's for sure. It's a good little run. Pretty close to our home too. I have travelled a lot further for worse. I'm not even quite sure if this is a road, but it looks like one. Am I going to get to a gate? Oh, is this too boggy for me? We've been down here before. Well, not this road. Not this particular road, but it looks all right. Oh, well, look, there's nothing telling me not to. Yeah, well, that farmer's property went to a dead end and my camera went flat not far from the dead end. But we're going to keep moving as long as that sun's still shining. Sled dog racing. Crikey, I should go down there and see what's going on. I think you're allowed in here. It's state forest. What is going on here? Why are her hands up in the air like that? Strange. Strange, strange, strange. Yeah, I'm sort of just poking around, looking for a sort of a camp, just an option. Yeah, well, it's nice in here for a bit of a play. Sure, it'll get boring quick, but it was fun having a little poke around. Try and wheel stand this thing. Bit of a jump. I doubt there was much air, but air is air, isn't it? Yeah, just going to do a quick loop back into our Crow's Nest. This is Owens Road. This is the way I would normally go if I was going to Andoramba. This is a bit of a sandy creek. Yep, very clean water. Very sandy. What's down here? Is this private property? Well, yep, more than likely. It's not locked. I'll investigate this one later, not today. But that is interesting. I've just turned onto Back Creek Road. Seemed like as good a road as any to explore. Just gonna quickly have a squiz at this road. Ooh. Have a go at this road so far. It's like a forestry trail. Oh, this is a winner. Yeah, this is awesome through here. Well, I'm doing that again. Dull Road. Get it up ya. What is going on there? That's a lot of cars for seemingly nothing. There's obviously something there. Huh. I guess it's one of those things where we'll never know. Yeah, so I was just having a quick look at my brakes before, and I think I've done a little bit of damage, because I don't know how long that bolt that I replaced yesterday has been off, but it's put a bit of force onto another bolt, and I don't know, it mightn't be that bad. I'll have to pull it apart when I get home, maybe tomorrow. Just take the whole caliper off and see what's going on with that bolt. It sort of looks bent, so I don't know if it's the bolt's bent or if it's sheared off the threading. We just won't know. But what we're trying to do now is limit back brake usage. Before I don't have them at all. So we'll just limit it like I just used them then. And I would hate to have not had them because I wasn't paying attention. Too busy bloody gas bagging. Pretty much just heading back the way we came. Although with the brakes the way they are, they're probably fine, but they're probably not. But I might skip going through Loia National Park, because I'm going to be on the brakes a little bit coming down some of them hills. This would be a good campground if they let you camp here. It would be a great campground. But I'll try and show you what's going on with my brakes. Don't know how well it's going to show up. But this bolt here, that's the one I lost. And it was only on by that bolt. But now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. There's a bit of play in that bolt. So just be aware. Keep Loctite ready. That's what KLR stands for. And yeah, check some of those bolts too. Guys who go around and check bolts, I just check like these ones, you know. Anyway, I'm going to take one more little offshoot, which I hope I don't regret, but I don't know, it looked like it could be alright. Looks can be deceiving though, eh? Especially when you're just trying to use front brake. Oh, that's a camp spot. That is 100% a camp spot. Oh. Yeah, that was alright. Hey. Yeah, this is a fun little track. So I'm not sure how much of a shortcut this is compared to more of it being a fun cut. What an absolute cracker of a day. Not a cloud in the sky. And some of these tracks, yeah, they're good. Real good. I think I probably will just take the highway again with the brakes, trying not to touch the back as much as I can so they're actually there when I need them. I'm pretty sure they're getting worse. So I think I'll just wrap the video up here, and thanks a lot for coming. I hope you got something out of it, some new routes, or just enjoyed my ramblings. But yeah, well, definitely get them brakes fixed and be back on the road in no time. See you next time.